Listings can be the lifeblood of your real estate sales business. Yet most people aren't asking the right questions so that they're prepared when they walk in for that consultation. Conducting a pre-listing interview is extremely important for you to do before you meet with your sellers. And I mean before you even tour their home, and definitely before you talk to them about price. And here are my 5 favorite pre-listing interview questions that you should be asking. Number 1, why are you selling? This sounds like a simple question, and it is. But you want to dig deep to find out the real reasons behind why this person is selling. If you can't find the true motivation for them to sell, they're not going to be a quality seller, and they'll probably end up overpricing their home. Number 2, if you were going to stay in this home for another 5 years, what upgrades would you make? This is a great question because the seller is now going to tell you all the things that a buyer might say if they come in and look at the home in its current condition. For example, the seller might say, well, we might replace the carpet, might paint some of the walls. Outside of major renovations like upgrading the kitchen or upgrading the bathrooms, they're going to give you a list of things that they could probably do so that the home would present better when it's listed for sale. Number 3, take a moment to look at your home through what we call buyer's eyes and measure your home on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a complete teardown and 10 being a model home. This is a great follow-on question to the one we just asked because they'll probably end up somewhere in a 7 or 8 range, typically is what sellers will say, unless they have that perfect home or they are aware that their home does need some work. So once they give you a number on where their home ranks on that scale, you can then follow up with a sub-question and say, well, what would have to be done for the home to become a 10? This is where you'll probably get that same list of items that they just answered with on the previous question. And this just reinforces the fact that a buyer coming through that home will probably identify those same things. Number 4, what will you be asking for the property? A lot of people cringe at asking sellers this question because, after all, isn't that what we're there to do? Yes, of course we're supposed to help guide the sellers to an appropriate price, but as you know, most sellers already have a number in their head of what they would like to list the house for. Be careful with this question and make sure you ask it with the right language. What will you be asking for the property? Not what would you like to sell this property for? This way we're still kind of just waving our magic wand and thinking about, well, what could we ask for this property? This is probably information you'll want to have when you go through your analysis, because if you find that the market value for the home is significantly different from what the seller is going to be asking for the property, then you'll know that you'll be prepared for that type of reaction that you normally get. And number 5, are you interviewing any other brokers? I know, and I get it. A lot of people don't like asking this question either, because if the seller wasn't planning on interviewing anybody else, are they now going to interview somebody else? Maybe, but if they are interviewing other people, isn't that something that you would like to know so that you can prepare your plan accordingly? So those are my top 5 pre-listing interview questions. Of course, there are several more questions that go into a full and complete pre-listing interview, but definitely make sure you hit on those 5. Another thing with these pre-listing interviews, don't use these questions as an opportunity to get into a lengthy discussion with the seller about these items. This is a fact-gathering phase. We're just trying to get some information from the seller so that we're much more prepared when we go tour their home. For example, that scale of 1 to 10 question, that's great information that you can use, so when you go into their home, you already know what to expect in terms of what type of condition the home is in. And for those of you who conduct your walkthrough and your pricing consultation all in one visit, this information is paramount. For those of you who break it up into 2 steps, preview the home and then meet again and do the pricing consultation, you can recap a lot of these pre-listing interview questions during your walkthrough and maybe talk a little bit about some of those things, but then save all the pricing discussions and questions for that later consultation when you're fully prepared. So good luck with your listings. Make sure you conduct a quality, thorough, in-depth pre-listing interview so that you're prepared and you win more listings. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope that you received some good value out of it. If you'd like to see more of this stuff, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking right there. And if you want to see some other videos, you can click a few right there. Have a great day.